Shoot, I forgot to make it say Arma 3 when I hit the play button. Now everyone's gonna think I'm playing more Among Us. Oh well. I still gotta finish this document. Okay, so after him, it's a team leader and then riflemen. Right? Yeah. And then I think I'll need to do the towing script as well, but yeah, that should be fine. We're just working on kit stuff right now. I haven't finalized the mod set just yet. But that's a-okay. Yeah, so now it's team leader. Honestly, it's gonna be based off of that, except I'm gonna remove the backpack and instead do a Sidor. Clear out the extra inventory room there. Because this is all, yeah, that's 5 magazines. And then a handgun pouch. Yeah, we'll do 10, and then some emergency smoke. And then we can do his second grenade, and then his RGO. We can do, oh no, we ran out of room. Do I want to give him GPSs? No. Do I want to give him binos? No, but I will give him the E-clan scope. Yeah, okay, and now let me go write that out.
Let's give him
Bloodwing's asleep, don't worry. I want to finish writing this, all the things up and then go to bed at midnight. But here, let me put the document in the mission command and you guys can follow along. It still needs a lot of work. But, hey, that's why I'm doing it. I started it today. So, let's see. I can base this off of the platoon guy. He's not going to get that. No binos. A few colored smokes. Yeah, it should be good. No, she's up freaking looking at TikTok. And our mutual friends messaged. Okay, cool. And now the riflemen are going to be easy. Yeah, well, apparently she's still awake, so just telling her I'll be up at midnight. And now these are just going to be rifleman teams, so honestly, just base it off of this guy and then take the backpack away, and that should be good enough. Also remove his binos, because he's not going to be the assistant for that. Clear that out, remove the backpack. And then how much ammo does that give him off of the vest? Not that much, I would imagine. Only 8 mags. Let's give him the, yeah, let's give him that. That'll let him take 10. And that's all he'll honestly need, since I'm basing this around 10 mags. So let me write that out. Alright, and then the next thing to write up would be the recon team, but I still have to build all of this in the roster. Okay. Oh man, I probably want to just double it back like that. Because these are 16-man squads. I'm basing them off of Iran-Iraq war. But it's actually kind of cool because I have never done an op with a squad comp like this. So I think it would be really cool to kind of throw them on that and see what happens. So are all of these like self-explanatory? Team leader, rifleman. Okay, the AKMs are going to be problematic. And the slots will have to be numbered. Ugh. I should have done Rifleman Light. That way I wouldn't have had to hide the name, because I'm going to have to rewrite all of that. Oh. Yeah, and then that has to be rewritten as Grenadier Assistant, so let's start from the top. Ground command at command BMP-2. And this is simple to IC/JTAC, because I'm just combining both of those roles. This would be squad leader at Alpha. Yeah, we viewed a few more places on Saturday. We only viewed 2 because I had to quickly go to the, the multi-community op and then the 700th op. Neither of them we really liked, but we have a lot of new places to view this coming weekend, and we're pretty excited for it. So, here's hoping, right? We'll find a place. All right, for... Yeah, I don't want to do the weapon parentheses, actually, so we'll just say 3 Grenadier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6. And then we're just going to adjust that number as we go. So it'll be 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 14, 15, 16. Copy that now, so I only have to change the 4 in there. No, I'm just being quiet on purpose, because again, Bloodwing is upstairs, and I don't want to disturb her. So, with that, we now can copy this one down. This will be Bravo. And then another one. This is an 85-person op, by the way. I'm debating adding another vehicle to make it up to like 87, but I'm thinking, we're already going to have a lot of assets on 5-0. So, like, if I want to bring it past 80 again, I might just dignify it under 2 platoons, but, it should be good. But now we have the Recon squad, and this is where it's going to be interesting, because Recon, I'm going to give AK-103s. I was debating adding G3 rifles from NI Arms, because another way I could have done this was given G3 battle rifles to everyone instead of Katibas, and HK-53s, but I decided against that because I'm trying to shrink down the mod set as much as I can so I can use Katiba 2002s as the main bullpup rifle, and then the other guys I can give AK-103s because there was a shipment of them sent from Russia to be given to the Revolutionary Guard. No, that's not the term, but they're honor guards essentially, which is what I'm making the recon team, and I'm giving them special weapons and equipment as well. So that allows me to keep it all within RHS without having to get additional mods, so I keep that mod set as small as I can, because the smaller the mod set, the better performance the server does. Not exactly, but it's a good approximation. Republican Guard, that's it, yep. What's my favorite game you'll probably never see me play? Ooh. That you'd never see me play. Probably Wolf Girl with you then, because of obvious reasons. Obvious reasons.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Alright, you know, actually, let me look up a picture of Iranian Republican Guard real quick. They have green berets and woodland camo. Okay. So, I'm just gonna give them green berets then. It's not letting me see what the frickin' symbol on that beret is. That's fine, we can just look up a picture of the green beret. Okay, so it's got some cross thing in the middle. Yeah, and here's them posing with those 103s. Yep. Okay. No, that's perfect, so I can make them Iranian-based. But yeah, no, we need to get those green berets in then. People get bitchy when I don't give them helmets, but that's TSB only. I think if, I'll just make a note and say they don't have helmets in the document. So, give me 1 second, I'm going to tab to that. Okay. So, with that being that, let's get the squad leader for the Green Beret group, Republican Guard. Let's see if I can find like a decent Green Beret here in RHS, which actually I'm not really hopeful for. Yeah, that's kind of green. I think that's actually the closest I'm gonna get. Yeah, I'll rock it. Has the red star, but I mean, again, that's the closest I'm gonna fucking get. So, what I can also do is I can give them all. Okay, no, I don't want to do the head strap there because that clips, but we can all do it with the VOG vest. But I'll play it by ear, but I'll primarily give them the VOG vest because that gives them the most gear. Well, yeah, again, because I'm trying to keep the mod set as small as possible, but I have to give them all the features that would, you know, be in the mod set itself, so. I think as a basis, I'm also going to all give them binos, so let me write that in.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Juicy. We have AK-47 and G3, yeah. I'm trying to use some of the fancier stuff that's in the Iranians' arsenal, but, you know, I'm also doing a massive what if, you know, ISIL took over the entirety of Korshamar. So, yeah, working sucks, never give up. No, Barb, you want that job security. And don't let anyone else tell you that you don't need it, because you need it. I'm not gonna lie, I might also write out the AK-103s with the GP25 systems, because then I'm gonna have to have 2 different systems. Plus, there's no penetrating rounds for tanks. What did I put on their roster? Yeah, they don't get any AT. That's their fucking issue. That's their weakness as a recon team. Yeah, no, I'll do the GL, but I'll have to... I could give the sniper some AP ammunition and just say, hey, good luck. Because they're not supposed to be going off at that. You always said AKMs? That's fair. Juicy, do you guys still do the 16-person squad tactic, or am I just making something that is utterly stupid? Barb, it's 762 for the 103s. Depends on the mod, okay. See, I mean, here's the deal. I could... Now I'm on the crossroad right now. Do I want to make this as accurate as I can, or do I want to delve into a multi-community op? 816? Okay, gotcha. Who uses the Katibas then? Juicy. Yeah, I know, but he's Iranian, so that's why I'm asking. Because all I have is Wikipedia and any annotated articles that I can use. Nobody, yeah. That's a dream, I guess. I mean... I want to keep it, though. I really... So if anything, then... The KH2002 should be, and this should be AKMs. I don't know. There's so many different ways I can dev this. There's so many different ways I could freaking dev this. I don't know, cause here's the deal. Let me explain this from a dev perspective. If I give them AKMs, they're gonna be fighting dudes with AKMs. Let me show you their kits, for example. Just some default Islamic State kits. Cause here's the issue. Yeah. So if they're fighting 762 guys, I can guarantee you they're never going to call for resupply. And that's going to mean air is going to be purely done for reinserts and casts. But I want resupply to be a factor here. I don't mind recon being able to rearm from the dead, because recon is supposed to be self-sustaining, so that's just an extra feature of them. So, giving the main forces Katibas, I know it's far-fetched, but it also means I will force the players to have to think about ammo, which will slow down this operation, which, granted, it's going to be a two-part operation. It's going to be, the bridge, and then there'll be a second mission file, and then we do the northern half. But by doing that, I will force the players to play on my terms and have to be reliant on any BTRs I give them, the command BMP, and resupply. So He is right about the G3s, by the way. I was looking into that, but I didn't want to add extra mods to grab them. But my point is,
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
again, this is the crossroad I was talking about earlier. I can either make it as, like, historically accurate as I can, or I can make a few sacrifices for balance and fun, so I can create a well-oiled machine that they'll have to work with. So, I get that the Katiba is rare right now. Yeah, the G3 is the main Iranian battle rifle. At least that's what frickin' Wikipedia said. Now, I could also argue that I could just give all of them G3s as well, and I would get the same argument of, because the magazine is compatible with an AK. But that would mean I'd have to download that NI-ARMS mod, I'd have to download the NI-ARMS core mod, and I would have to download the RHS compatibility, because this is an RHS-based operation, which means that I would also have to put SAF on this mod set for RHS, and I don't need SAF. But I need the other three, GREF, USAF, and AFRF for Project OPFOR for the Islamic kits. So it's very easy for me to bloat this mod set. But if I bloat the mod set, then it's going to be harder to run 85 players on the server with good frames. So this is some of the decisions you have to make when you build these operations. But don't get me wrong, if Arma 3 was better optimized, then I would just grab the G3s, and then I'd give the Republican Guard the HK53s or the AK103s and call it a day. But here, I think I'm gonna stick with the Katibas, because I thought about it all day, and I thought about it all last night, just the different balancing things, and excuse me, I've already seen how the player bases play, and one of the biggest issues is we do have two communities in the multi-community that run up, and they are very headstrong. And the issue with this grouping is with 16-man squads and only one half of the squad can be reserved, it's going to mean two communities are going to have to work together. So if there's not good dynamics there, you're going to have half the squad running off and ahead of the other squad, which is why there's no medics in these squad except for the recon squad, the Republican Guard, because I'm anticipating that. So really, I have to kind of force their hand to stick together for multiple reasons to prevent people from rushing ahead of each other. Because honestly, this type of map, if the players rush it, this entire thing could get done in 2 to 3 hours. And I want this to be like 4 to 5. You know? See, Juicy, I agree with you, but I can adjust that. I can adjust the enemy health. And then base Project OPFOR body armor, ever since the medical rewrite, is also pretty fucking OP. But they'll also have the same armor, so it's fine. It's just, how do you balance it all? And that's the tough question. But Apura, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this scenario. Seriously. Anyway, back to the previous question I was pondering about the, how I'm gonna do the GLs. It's a difficult decision, but you gotta make it. And then, if I ever want to revisit this topic and I want to keep it historically accurate, then cool, I can go back to that. But I will also admit, I'm still trying to calibrate how I run these multi-community ops, because when you have so many different variables in a test pool, yeah, they're fighting ISIS. You just need to keep subjecting them to scenarios until you figure out what they're good with. What'll be really cool though is there's some BTR-60s where their main cannons are switched off for some ZU-23s. So I might actually be able to script that on because I've done some extensive testing with vehicle rescripting. So that would be a cool feature. But I'm still doing my research in vehicles too. And then there's a frickin' T90 SM, which is called something else, and it looks exactly like the T90 SM. But I'm giving that to the players because, at the very least, if the players have a bad day and they get their asses kicked, I know that it'll be a crutch for them. And again, Juicy, I know. But the issue is, as I just brought up, then there's not going to be a need for resupply because they'll just resupply off the dead guys because by default the ISIS guys have they'll just pick it up from the bodies instead of calling resupply. And yes, I already did RPGs. 7 VLs for ammo and then a single OG for the gunner, and then the assistant has 2 VLs and TBG. Why not give them NATO weapons? Nah, no, because that's stretching it. Yeah, because they're not NATO. Like, originally what I wanted to do was, like an Operation Arrowhead scenario. Like, model that campaign on Takistan, but then I sat and thought about it. I'm like, no, the attack helicopter is going to be way too fucking OP in that situation. Like, I'd have to make Tunguskas to ground them. So it's like, I don't want to jump down that rabbit hole, in all honesty. But, maybe in the future, but I still need more info on these communities, and I'm also, starting it off in TSB instead of Camp Rogaine. So I need to just figure out what I'm going to do with all that, That is the issue. Where's that beautiful PKAS scope? I love that thing. Okay, what type of ammo? The 103-231. Okay. 7 mags, and then we can do an additional 10. Well, 3 in there, 410. But he's just the SL. So, okay, his weight's fine. We keep it under 40 to the best of our ability. And then I'll give him an extra 5 and he can pass those around. Wait. 5 would be 8, you freaking goober. I'll give him a PDU-4 as well. You can loot ISIS. I do have Toyota Land Cruisers, but they're not in the mod pack I'm going to use, but I can just, I can always make a few custom technicals and stuff. I can get very creative when I have the whole mission file to pre-build, but we'll see. See, if I really want a meme, I give a periscope with picture-in-picture so you can see what's going on through that little hole as you walk it around, but nah. I know everyone loots back there, it's just I'm trying to... There is always going to be a massive difference between how the real world works and how Arma works. The most realistic quote-unquote of milsims is still miles away from how the real world works, because at the end of the day, this is just a video game, Nah, what I have, I want to keep the camo, and what I have is very limited, unfortunately, with Project Op 4. I do like how tanky it is, though, but I'm going to have to test that and try to get it on, like, 5 shots. Or you aim for the face, but with, irons or limited scopes, it'll be interesting. I'm also half tempted to give this guy a PSO. But I think that's stretching it too much, because there's no... RHS doesn't have any good medium range scopes with their fucking AKs. And it's just a gap. But I think it's also just that way in general, you know? Juicy, yeah, if you want to send me a DM on how to join, you give me some times and it's compatible with mine, I'd love to go in, man. By all means. I always love playing new branches of ARM I haven't found out yet. Gives good perspective. Yeah, righto, man. Probably won't make it in the next one, but the next one we do definitely, because I really like... From a Zeus's standpoint, I actually really like conflict in the Middle East because it's very balanced. If you do US or Russia, it's very easy to give the player base assets that completely overpower the AO, and you don't want to do that when you're doing a massive multi-community op, because what ends up happening is the air assets do everything, and you just walk around for 6 hours. I've been there. It's boring as shit. Hell, they would do that in Star Sim all the time, too, and they just kept making the lats more and more OP, and then when they made them more OP, and the lats got comfortable doing all this crazy shit, but then the Zeuses started putting more AA to shoot them down, they made the lats more tanky, and it just made it worse. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. Like, they had to mandate them to stop, but even then, if the JTAC wouldn't call anything in, the lats would just go type 3 and do everything on their own and just destroy everything. You're like, why? Why am I even here? Just to suffer. Well, I know Killer can, but my point is they don't... RHS doesn't have any, which is really funny. But then again, RHS... I guess it doesn't fall under their fetishes. Now, if you are a US MRAP, you're gonna be prioritized and being added to RHS. It doesn't matter if you're old, new, or whatever. The amount of MRAPs that the fucking RHS mod has is just outstandingly massive. It's funny. It honestly is just funny at that point. But that fucking RHS MRAP fetish, man, Jesus Christ. It's interesting. I might give this guy a Sidor. Where's the medical one? Yeah, that gives him extra room, right? I'm literally going to put, just 3... Oh, I can only fit up to 9. Okay. Bandage time. Excellent. 8 whole bandages. That's exactly what he wanted for Christmas, right? Okay, in all honesty, we're probably going to make these guys, like, 8 mags based, and the SL has extra mags, because I think I'm going to have to pack this guy even with a Sidor, so... This should be an interesting one. Yeah, 20 bandages. That's perfect. Is the medical Sidor... No, but I can do double medic bag. That's not a lot of load. We could do non-pack. 50 bandages. I mean, because it is the recon team. Yeah, then how many extra splints? 2 extra splints. No, we're going to have to... Can I fit 2 extra splints on him to make it 8? Yes, I can. We can do 1 here. And we can do 1 here. How many blood bags does that give him? 8? Yeah, no, 8 is completely respectable in that sense. Yeah, so we just double medic bag. He drops the medic bag, and he has a second medic bag. It's perfect. Thanks, Josie. I'll keep it bookmarked, and the next time I do Iranian stuff, I'll definitely use it. But it's you have to understand, it's really hard to like you have to either find someone or like you just have to rely on Wikipedia. Or you like have to dig like to find out the 16 unit squad composition. Squad compositions are so fucking hard to find on the internet. I don't know why. Like it and it's not like they're buried. It's just like the freaking military manual or tactics thing, whatever has the like the layout for them is just, you know, it's in some military manual somewhere on the internet. You just have to find the damn thing. Like, US stuff is easy to find. Russian stuff is also a little on the easier side to find. Like, there's illustrated pictures on the internet that show everything and all the, like, you know, guns and stuff. It really makes everything easy. And then you find pictures of them from the time, and you match the camos. Everything works out. But good fucking God, if you want to do anything outside of those two countries, you have to, like, frickin' dig for that bitch. Or get lucky in the fact that there's stuff preset with the camos already made for you, like Project Op 4. Again, also why I like the Middle East is because it has most of the Middle Eastern factions already pre-made for you. And then you can just edit out the gun choice based off of what you find from Wikipedia or something else, you know? But, Juicy, I appreciate it, man. Seriously. Helps out a lot. What do I even have in this squad roster here? I gotta go frickin' open my sheets. That's the TSB specialization sheet. That's not the frickin'... I want the frickin' thing I was working on. Also, the name of this is dumb, and I hope I don't get yelled at, but I don't know. I just came up with a random name for the operation. Literally, there's websites you can go on where you just say, hey, give me random operation names, and then you can say, hey, like, Iranian. And I just took the top one on the list. I'm like, that looks good. Let's do it. Alright, so GL and then a sniper team rifleman. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna be honest though, I'm actually starting to blank hard. I am in a new house right now for the week because I'm house sitting with Bloodwayne, but I'm back to gigabyte internet, which is really fun. I'm gonna get a lot of video editing done and uploaded. I need to take advantage of that, so I'll be doing a lot with that. But I think I'm going to, I don't have to have this done until next Sunday because that's when I open reserve slotting up for the communities. Plus, I've only gotten 4 out of the, you know, up to 10 communities that were in Rogaine if they want to come in. So we'll see on that. Nightmare, it honestly depends on how the players are doing. Like, what I usually try to do is I give them something easy in the beginning and I see how they do. I just stick with the standard 90, 35, 50, 50 for general skill, accuracy, weapon handling, and spotting, respectively. And then based off of if they're doing really well, I usually keep that number. If they're doing poorly, I lower accuracy and weapon handling. If it's a night op, I raise spotting. If it is a vehicle op, I raise spotting because you need your vehicles to engage from further out unless it's an IFA mod op because they have buffed the ranges for their pack guns and tanks to engage, so you don't have to worry about it. I don't know why that hasn't been applied to every fucking unit in the game yet, but hey, we can always hope, like what happened with Armazeus Cash being applied to base game, which is great. Sorry, I went on a little rant there. It's late at night. Bloodwind's probably still awake, and we have a dog here too, and I'm gonna have to push the dog off of her, and it might eat me. Hooray. But let me actually get this saved here so it's not just a frickin' extra. You know, I just realized I might actually already have a prep file, and I didn't even bother to fucking check because I'm an idiot. And I like making extra work for myself. Going on, it might also be the mod because some mods are invincible with Ace, and it's really funny. Here, yeah, no, I already had. Well, I mean, I don't need that, but nah, fuck it, we'll just save it here. I think I had a little bit of map templating, but I know where all the military bases are on this because it's a small map anyway. But yeah, no, I've actually had, I think, 2 or 3 ops get screwed over because I forgot to do the simple check to see if like, ballistic testing works. And it was after the French one from, like, 8 months ago where I finally, like, added it to my list of things to check where I just spawn on the server and shoot an AI to make sure he's killable, and then I shoot myself to make sure I'm killable. But yeah, like, you'll just mag dump the AI and the frickin' whatever, like, the uniforms, for example, was the issue with the French op. He just tanked all damage, and he just stared at me and was like, ha, the bullets run away from me now instead of me run away from you, mon ami. And then I was shot in the face. Great story. Hey, Loster, how you doing? Shouldn't you be in bed, buddy? Yeah, then I don't know, gone on. What you want to do is go under settings, add-on options, go down to medical. And if you need to, turn, where is that puppy? Yeah, turn this down and then that up a little bit. Usually I have this around 3. And then this is usually around 1, but if it's like Project Op 4 body armor, I usually turn that down to 0.5 because Project body armor is tanky as shit. But it all depends on your mod, you know? What do you mean you're a grown-up? Bitch, I'm a grown-up. I work 12 to 16-hour days. It hurts. This week's going to be no exception, but at least it's going to be on other games. I'm actually really excited because I got XKS now editing for me, and he has such a quick turnaround time, and he's really excited about working on not just Arma, but other footage, which is great. But I need quick turnaround times with the amount of video stuff I have to do, so that's good. But I'll be working on this mission file throughout the week, and then hopefully by the end of the week I'll be in Star Wars Squad Mod stuff, but I want to do a lot of video editing this week too, so I can take advantage of this gigabyte upload I have for the week. I mean, we're playing Homeworld music right now. Cataclysm, Sector Unknown, when the Titan ambush you, and you frickin' laugh at them and murder them because it's fun. Barb, stop being horny with your bad jokes. And again, asking Barb to not be horny is like asking the ocean to stop moving with the tides. You literally have to screw with the moon in order to fix it. But yeah, no, I'm going to call it here. Yeah, no, it's basically, what this is going to boil down to is finish the roster. Any vehicles I want to script in, I script in. Finalize the mod set. There's one more mod I want to add for sling loading, but I think I'm keeping it under 20 mods, which is great. Like, half of them are utility or ace compatibilities, which is annoying, but, you know, what can you do? I'm not going to have any vehicle respawning, so if they lose something, they lose something. And then we're going to make 2 mission files. One that covers this area, and then one that covers past the bridge, and that way I can also have a break in between the ops. So, you know, 15 minutes for people to go have a bite, use the bathroom, yada-da, come back in 15, and then we can continue it. Because usually for, like, 4 to 5, even 6-hour ops, it really helps if you have a break. Unless you're doing PvP, in which case, you know, you can't take a break because the other team won't. They'll kick your ass, but, you know, for PvE, works all the way. Yeah, Coalition's a good example of that. Like, here's the thing. This is what I hate. Coalition started doing PvP only after I got in on it, so now I will admit I'm just trying to make what I think the PvE stuff was like back in Coalition, you know? Never played one, haven't seen a video for one, but I'm just making what I think works, and we're going to slowly test the server up to 100 slots with our headless client. And I want to make some cool stuff, and this is one of them. But I actually have a lot of cool ideas to do with multi-community stuff, and if we do one every 3 to 4 weeks, I think it'll work out, but we'll see. Because there's a lot of multi-community things TSB is trying to get off the ground, and I'm just worried they might go a little too fast, too hard, but we'll see how things go. But another thing I'm gonna, Whale, he's also telling me to give Coalition another try after they have 2 good ones back-to-back, and I trust his judgment, so I might go back in a Coalition soon, but it'll be a few months. Just because the balance doesn't rub me the right way a few times, but we'll see. They're fun to watch, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, really fun to watch, really stressful to play, but if you get in the quote-unquote zone, it's a rush that I can understand why people chase. Because there's nothing more satisfying than getting behind an enemy squad and doming 5 of them in the head from a bush and watching them all look around wondering what the fuck's going on. Especially if you steal an enemy gun and confuse their audio PID. They will never fucking find you. And it's hilarious. But what bugs me about Coalition is some people that get very metagamey. But, I mean, that's PvP for you. I'm not going to complain. Even though I just did. I'm sorry. But everything in Arma, you know, has their own audience, and that's what's cool about it, because it's all sandbox. But I'm going to keep ranting at this rate. I'm going to end the stream. So, thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the earliest, or I guess technically at the latest. I might do another stream in between them to, you know, do more dev stuff, but otherwise, back at 4 for 1948 Arab-Israeli, really just Egyptian, with a shit ton of Palestinian tribesmen versus Israelis. That'll be like a 5-mission thing, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cheers, guys. Have a good night.